I'm incredibly flattered and humbled to be considered as a community change maker. The satisfaction of just being able to help somebody, that I think is sufficient. That is the whole cake. But to be able to be recognized for it, I guess that's the cherry on top. But most importantly, as a mother of a young daughter, it means a lot to me of what kind of example I'm setting for an impressionable mind. And so again, I feel honored to be considered as somebody who can make a difference, who can make a positive difference in the community. We all support the causes that are closest and dearest to our hearts, right? And for me, this is as personal as it gets. So tragically, 7 years ago, I lost my husband in a road accident. At that time, we had our lives completely planned in front of us, and everything came crashing down in an instant. I was the sole parent left for our 4-year-old daughter. And even in this very unfortunate, tragic circumstance, where even taking the next breath was excruciatingly challenging, the one big challenge that I did not have to face was financial. I did not have to worry about how I was going to put food on the table, how I was going to support my family, how I was going to get a job. I already had a job. I had an active career. I'm a plastic surgeon. This also made me realize that for a different woman, for all other different women, and in a circumstance like this, how life could be so dramatically different. When they are in this mode of grieving, the thought that, oh, how am I going to support my family? How am I going to get a job? I've not been in the workforce for the past 20 years. How am I going to get back to it? That can be an excruciating thought. And that's why Women's Rights Center is so important to me. For me, the essence of them is they are the beacon of hope for somebody in the darkest moments. This is not a place where women come to be dependent. This is a place where they come to become independent. We are not helping them in this small microcosm of time. We are helping them for a lifetime. We are giving them the skills that they can use for their lifetime.
When I come to the Women's Center, the first thing I see are smiles, and it is a warm, safe space for women and their families. It's a place that you know you can go for a cup of coffee or a coat or a job referral. It's everything to some women. Some women who have had nothing for a long time or who have given up their independence for others. It actually empowers them to feel like they're important again and re-enter life. And to me, that's everything. When I went to the Women's Center, it was just another extension of contributing to the community. It just was a natural fit for me. And then I met Lil and some of the other people, and it's like we're meant to be together, so it feels great. If everyone gave a little bit more, I think the world would be a better place. One of the most important things I learned from working at the Women's Rights Information Center is that women oftentimes don't talk about it or don't believe themselves that they're victimized. The Women's Center can empower a woman to regain their confidence and feel important and feel self-worth, and it's just an inspiring and empowering place. And I encourage people to visit and talk and come together as a community, because ultimately when we treat each other with respect and love, and give back to our communities, we build better communities and we build better families. And that should be the ultimate goal in life, I think.
National Council of Jewish Women is a grassroots organization. We have two, I'll say, prongs to our organization. One is community service and one is advocacy. We work with 19 different agencies throughout the Bergen County area. And what we do is we provide volunteers, and we provide, in some cases, funds. Every once in a while, we're lucky enough to be able to offer a grant. As a woman who is retired, it was my way of giving back. I felt a very strong need to give back to my community. Women's rights to me are every woman is entitled to live their lives in freedom and without fear. And in today's society, this is going to sound very political, but in today's society, I think those rights are in jeopardy. Now, more than ever, is a need for women to stand up and be unified and show the world who we are, what we are, and how we can make things happen. Women get strength from one another. It's very important to me that the Women's Rights Information Center be an integral part of what we do and how we do it. As a group, we usually take a back seat. We're not used to being the focal point. We're used to, like many women, being the power behind. So being recognized for what we do was a wonderful thing. Join us. Join us so that we can make it better. Join us so that we can service more women. Join us so that women can be the stars that they were meant to be.
This award is very meaningful to me, the Phoebe C. Ham Award, because she was a friend of mine, and I admired her immensely. I respected her, and she founded the Women's Center. I was so impressed with what was going on at the center. I would see women coming in off the street, scared because their husbands just left them with young children, or they were victims of domestic violence, and coming in kind of paralyzed. And the Women's Center took them in warmly and referred them to whatever counseling and skills they needed. I have never seen a facility providing the kinds of services that they give. So many clients said that the center saved their lives, and they did. They really did. And very impressive. The services, the staff, and our executive director are devoted, committed people, kind, warm, embracing people. Very honored that you thought of me for this award. There is a need for the Women's Center, and I would like to see it flourish. I wish the donors could meet the clients, because they would see what their money does. It's powerful, just powerful, learning to be independent. In my estimation, there is no better place to give money.